Hey, y'all, my name's Phil. I've been at Plugged In for coming up on 2 months. So I grew up in a house with both parents were alcoholics, and that was always crazy. But and then I moved to Colorado to go to school, and uh, my life just got. It was fun at first. I thought I was having a great time, but my drinking increased to every day. I started tons of drug use, and that kind of plagued me for the next uh, 8 years. So, man, it was rough. I hit a lot of rock bottoms, uh, but it's happy to say that, I turned it around and things are going well. For sure. So I heard about Plugged In just kind of through the rooms. I had some friends that I used to be in sober living with that kind of got me introduced to it. And, uh, it was just kind of word of mouth that I heard through, quite a few people, and I heard really positive things, and uh, it's it's been awesome. Yeah, for sure. So yeah, I've been in a lot of different sober livings, and a lot of different experiences. But what I've really, what's kind of been the difference maker at Plugged In is just the accountability, also just the structure, and uh, I truly feel cared about, and that if I have any issues, that I'm being heard, and just the support is really next level, and it's been a really great experience, and just all the guys in the house. Obviously, it's a great setup and beautiful homes, and yeah, everything you could ever need. Every day I wake up, kind of do my morning routine, pray, meditate, read a little, and then uh, shower. And then I knock out my chore, depending on which chore I'm doing. And from there, I go to work, and I work in recovery, but uh, the meeting I hit the most is a noon meeting. It's right down the street, but I also, like supplement it with Studio 164, the Fellowship Club, and Pigeon Coop, and so that kind of after work, that's where I'll usually, I come back and then hit a meeting, and it's great. There's always guys in the house that are going to meetings and helping stay plugged in. So uh, yeah, it's pretty standard, man, and pretty standard schedule, but it's a good setup. Yeah, absolutely, man. I was hesitant to work the steps for a really long time, but over the last year that I've really committed to working and getting back into the program, it's made a total difference in my life, man. Just a complete 180 from where I was at. Prior to working the steps, I was completely self-absorbed, only worried about myself, and just a lot of character defects. But since then, and I, still continuing to work the steps today, but it's just making me the best version of myself, and like kind of living in line with the values I've always wanted. And uh, it gives me that accountability and structure that, I definitely need, and I know a lot of other people do. But yeah, it's 12 steps changed my life, man, and they're continuing to do so. Yeah, absolutely, man. So I'm currently in my master's program, getting my master's as a substance abuse counselor. So I'm starting that up again. And also, when I reach that point, trying to find my own spot, and just have that financial stability that we all want. And, uh, having uh, working my way up in the field I currently work in, and hopefully eventually going to get my doctorate are kind of the big goals that I have for the next few years here. Yeah, absolutely, man. I know that feeling of being, so scared and not wanting to change, and being afraid of what life will look like without, drugs and or alcohol. But I can honestly say that it's the best decision I've ever made. And getting sober, going to treatment, being in sober living, and just taking the suggestions is, I recommend it to everyone, because I I've seen it work in myself and in other people, just a complete 180 on their lives. And it's hard at first, but once you're able to get through treatment and into sober living, you start to see the fruits of your labor, and it's truly beautiful, man. I'd just like to say thank you to Wade and Wade Sr., as well as Eric here, and all the guys in my house. I'm extremely grateful to live in a house of great dudes. and obviously my parents and them showing me the way on getting sober. So that's about it, man. I appreciate it.